Hello everyone, this is Adi from tarotforlifecoaching.com, and this is a weekly reading for Leo for the week starting the 20th of February till the 26th. So this is a weekly reading for Leo starting the 20th of February. Please remember, Leos, that this is a general reading, so it may apply to lesser or more degree to your life. And just take from it what you can if it's going to help you. The general energies will be overall similar, but not specific to your situation. And sometimes they can be obviously specific to your situation. Just see how you go. And I'm using some oracle cards, the Saints and Angels oracle card from Doreen Virtue for one element. Let's have a look what's coming out for that. I'm going to take that one. Oh, it's two for you. That's nice. And also the Goddess cards, Goddess guidance, just to give that depth to the reading, really. It often confirms things, or it gives that slightly different element to it, which helps with the overall interpretation of it. So let's have that one. Right, so let's have a look, Leo. What's going to be the overall energy for you? Oh, we're coming with the Ten of Swords in reverse. We have the Princess of Swords in reverse. And we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Powerful energy straight away. Your overall energy is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a lot going on in terms of thought patterns, and you coming out of some sort of struggle, Leo. It feels like you're coming out of some sort of struggle, and the struggle has had to do most likely with your thought patterns and how you are dealing with anxiety, negative thoughts, and over worrying, that sort of feeling. It may also feel sometimes like you've been stabbed in the back with the Ten of Swords, but it is in reverse. So it means, and often this card then means help is on the way. So this is already behind you. It's quite an unpleasant image, and so many swords, and the swords are all relating to cerebral thinking energies, thought patterns, and sometimes communications that are harsh. And so there is this definitely a coming out of this scenario where I feel like you probably have tormented yourself a lot with worrying thoughts and feeling unloved, stepped on, those feelings, quite harsh energies. And coming out of that after Valentine's week is quite difficult. Now, I don't know to what extent, so some people may have felt it quite harshly, other people may have felt it mildly, but just a little bit even, just to coming out of this energy of feeling like life is not flowing, I have negative thoughts, I can't break out of them. But now there is a movement towards breaking out of that, and there is like a leaving behind. This is number 10, so we're leaving this behind us now, and we can move on. And this is then followed by the Princess of Swords, and the Princess or the Page of Swords tries to bring you clarity. It's trying to bring you clarity. I'm saying trying because I am not sure how successful she's going to be just yet. It will come, but there seems to be a bit of a process of leaving things behind and feeling very regretful, or just not feeling the love, and I feel like you're coming out of that now, because this is in reverse. This Seven of Cups card is in reverse, meaning that I feel like you're working towards calmer waters, but it's not going to be quick. And the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, sometimes that also refers to difficulties of getting the message, that you're blocking yourself from getting the message. And there's something here about being a manager, being a strong organizer, being a person who can put things together, and it feels like maybe you find it very hard to put your thoughts together and to keep a clear perspective on things, and not being able to organize your day or your life workload or your family life in a way that you would want to. Normally this Queen of Pentacles is extremely well organized. She has got things in order, and she knows what to do. She can multitask. She's extremely skilled in holding different positions at the same time and managing all those resources, you know. So she's extremely capable person, but she's coming in here with an energy of holding back on it or blocking herself in seeing clearly. So there is something about, like, you know, the messages want to come through and new information wants to come into you, but the message here is don't block it, Leo, because open yourself up. You don't have to have regret, and you do move on. It is just a gentle process here. You do move on to a stage where you can leave things behind you and move on, literally. Because that's what's happening with the Seven of Cups in reverse here. And a situation or something that worked in the past, and having regret losing it, but now moving on from it. That is the sense that I'm getting from this card in this reading. So in a way very positive, but like everything else, if we're going through powerful times where we have to come to terms with things and we have to deal with challenging thoughts or challenging people, you know, who are not necessarily honorable and are treating you in a sharp way, to deal with that sensibly and to be able to leave it behind you is a process. It's not going to happen in one day. We are all human beings, and we do need to have time, you know, sometimes to get over these really challenging interactions that we may have either with ourselves or with other people. But the good thing is it is moving on for you, not straight away, because the Princess of Swords is still in reverse, and which means to me that she wants to communicate, and there is a way forward, and but it's still quite, you know, an immature young energy here, so the communications may not flow as maturely as they could do yet, but there is definitely a way forward with this. And really the advice is just to keep your organizational skills here, because the Queen of Pentacles very much reflects the Leo maturity and the Leo ability to multitask and to see things from different perspectives and to hold and protect, you know, there's the hold and protect energy here. So there is this need for you just to recognize it in yourself. The messages start recognizing it in yourself, that you can manage these things, that you don't have to rush into anything. The Princess of Swords really says, I can't rush into this. Normally she would want to, but she can't. And it really, it's a time thing, I feel. It's just a time to let things rest and to process it and to come to terms and to see the maturity of it. Take a mature point of view on it, and then you can move away from it. By the end of the week, you will be a lot further with this. You're coming in with the Ten of Swords, which means that the week before already has been challenging to some extent in one element of your life, in one aspect of your life. You know, the Ten of Swords just doesn't happen just out of the blue. You've brought it with you into this week, and the energies are about leaving it behind. And don't regret things. You don't need to. It's just a matter of moving on and staying in the moment, you know, not dwelling on things and not rushing, just doing it very calmly and maturely. The message here is like that, just to look after yourself in a very mature way, not being swayed by a lot of negative thoughts or information that comes in that you feel is not fair. Stay very stable here. That's the feeling I'm getting for you. And your messages for from the saints and the angels are, well, first of all, that you are a leader, which is so, you know, fitting for the Leo spread here. And it's probably a reminder of the Queen of Pentacles needing to be upright. You know, you are a leader. Just see it like that, know it in your heart, connect with it again, so that you don't underestimate your own ability to deal with challenging situations and to help yourself move on from it. So very beautiful there. So Joan of Arc, you are a leader. And then you have, you found it. Yeah, so very nice. And Saint Anthony of Padua, not heard of him before, but you found it. He's got a book in his hand. Now, this is not always about knowledge, you know, this is also about you finding your inner guidance again, your inner connection, your truth, really. You finding your truth in whatever way you can find it. So you are a leader and you have found it. So you don't have to have these really horrifying thoughts anymore, these patterns that tormented you in the past. You can let that go. You have thought for so long and you can find your inner self there. It's very beautiful. Just stay very balanced with it, you know. And your goddess guidance is boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others. So love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So both ways, as I read it, you know. Love yourself enough to say no to others, and also love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and your energy. So, yes, looking after yourself here. Really be strong in yourself, looking after yourself, because if you look after yourself, then you can look after other people also. So don't take on too much. Let go of negative thoughts and protect your boundaries. Look, basically, you know, make yourself stable so that you can leave things behind, because that's what you're doing by the end of the week. Things you no longer want, or you no longer need, you no longer connect with. It's just something to leave behind now and to go forward into a positive situation. Lovely. I like to see that, Leo, just the progression here, just the way forward here. And I'm loving the found it card, you know, because you must have been looking for a long time. And just to have found it this week, you're finding that whatever it means for you, inner strength, connection with your inner soul, or connection to other people, your purpose, there could be so many reasons that you found it. And that is such a lovely, lovely message there. Okay, Leo, I wish you a beautiful week, and enjoy the processes here, and stay strong. And if you, obviously it's very general reading, so if you do want to have a personal reading specifically for your situation, do contact me and I will do a reading for you specifically for your situation as you would wish. But I thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Hope to see you very soon.